Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on the mat today. I'm Maddie, Mad Yoga. I don't have Charlie with me today, my trusty yoga dog. He is a little hot in here, so I let him go hang out in the shade under a tree. But today we're just going to do a nice relaxing practice. This is about restoring and revitalizing yourself. Sometimes we think to revitalize ourselves we need to move fast and create a lot of energy. But also it's helpful to just relax and restore and give yourself the opportunity to just be and breathe. That helps to revitalize the mind, the body, and the spirit as well. So for this practice, go ahead, and if you've got a blanket like this is a yoga blanket, but you can use any blanket that you have that gives a firm foundation for you, one that you could roll up to make kind of this nice little spinal roll to lay on. The other option is to use, if you have a bolster at home, a bolster is a great idea, or if you have just a firm pillow. As you can see, it doesn't squish too much, so we want it to be a firm support. So either or both of these things will be great to have for this practice. As you can see, I'm going to use both a blanket and a bolster here. I like to have a little cushion underneath the sit bones, and the bolster is going to go underneath the spine and support the back. Now, if you don't have both of these things, this is where the blanket can be rolled up and used as a bolster instead. You don't have to put anything under your sit bones, or if you have another blanket, you could grab that too. So we're going to just bring the tailbone up to the short end of the bolster. I'll give you two options with your legs. You can bring the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana, or you can just extend your legs out long. We're going to begin by just gently laying yourself back onto the bolster. Ease yourself down here from the hands to the forearms and elbows, and then all the way down onto your back. Get yourself situated here. We're going to let the arms fall open to the sides, slight bend into the elbows so that you can just turn the palms up and relax the arms onto the floor. Let the gaze turn straight up towards the ceiling, and then maybe scoot those shoulders a little bit down from the ears. So you're not contracting the shoulders up, you're relaxing them back and down. Now gently allow the eyelids to close. Let the feet fall open if your legs are long. If your feet are together in Baddha Konasana, just relax the knees and the hips. Let's take a few collective breaths together. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Good. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. Last time, and biggest breath yet. In and release. Now, keeping your mouth open on that exhale, you're going to inhale through your mouth and exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your mouth. Exhale through your mouth. Continue to breathe just through your mouth. As you do, feel the coolness of the breath in the mouth and on the tongue. Notice how you can feel the coolness more on the inhale and warmth on the exhale as the body has warmed up that breath, warmed up that air. Now continuing to breathe through the mouth for a little while longer. But start to relax here, softening the back of your head and neck, softening your jaw and your cheeks, around the eyes. Relax your shoulders and into the shoulder joints, down the elbows, wrists, and through the hands. Feel your spine fully supported by the prop that is lying underneath you, and your lower body supported by the earth. Relax deeper and deeper into this moment. and into your body. Now sealing the mouth, breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose. Now only through the nose, in and out. So when we breathe in and out through the mouth, it's an energizing and revitalizing style of breath. And when we seal the lips and we breathe in and out through the nose, it's a calming, relaxing, and more yin style of breath. It's also warmer, as you can feel now, even on your inhale, although it is cooler still than your exhale. It is warmer than when you breathe in through your mouth. Feel the coolness through the nasal passage and down the back of the throat. And then feel the warmth moving all the way up and out. I want you to play with this breath throughout the rest of our practice, breathing either through the nose or through the mouth. Sometimes I will cue you in positions that might be extra helpful to breathe in one way or another. Sometimes you might feel called to breathe one way, and I want you to listen to that. Listen to what you are telling you. Listen to the inner voice. Allowing yourself to be guided into what feels good for your mind and your body and your spirit. And as you breathe, begin to bring your focus to your chest. Feel the way that it expands on your inhale and contracts on your exhale. Drawing your awareness just to the chest. Moving into your rib cage, really feeling that expansion and contraction. But the upper rib cage, still in the chest. And then focusing all of your attention over onto your heart. Feel it beating. Feel it relaxing as you breathe into it. Letting go of anything that you may have been holding on to. And feeling this pureness of heart. Taking a deep breath in, we're going to reach the arms up overhead and interlace the fingers. And then flipping the palms towards the wall behind you, taking a nice long stretch as you press through the palms. Take a deep breath in, feel the length through the side body and the rib cage. Exhale, holding here. Inhale. Exhale, releasing your arms all the way down to your sides. You're going to bring the palms next to your hips and your elbows onto the floor. And then using some core strength, begin to lift yourself all the way back up. And we're going to grab the bolster now and bring it around out in front of you, extending the legs out wide. I'm going to turn towards you so you can see that you can take your legs really wide. I'm going to keep the blanket underneath my sit bones for a little extra cushion too. You can go really wide here, or you can shorten up the width. And what I want to see is that you are being able to keep your feet pointed up. So sometimes when we get out really wide and we start to forward fold, the feet want to fall in. And that would just be a sign that maybe we're going a little bit too deep. So at that point, just move your legs in a little bit so that it's easy to keep those toes pointed straight up. We're going to turn the bolster onto its end. If you don't have a bolster and you're at home, You could use another rolled up yoga mat as well for this and put a blanket on top of it. You could also use a firm cushion, like I said. You could maybe even use the wall, and you can just turn to face it and place your forehead up against the wall like this. So that's an option too. I'm going to use my bolster here. I'm just going to take my legs like medium length apart, putting it up on its end, and then bringing the forehead down onto the bolster. Now you could take your arms just down at your sides, or laying on your legs to the floor. I kind of like to wrap my arms around the bolster here, interlace the fingers, and then just kind of relax into the shoulders. Let the arms soften. Start to find a nice restorative stretch here. So I'm going to turn back to the side so you can see that I'm keeping the spine fairly long, not rounding into this right now. So we want to sit up tall. There's a slight strength and balance of ease here. So I don't want you to be pushing down hard with your legs, but you are just trying to keep those toes pointed up and the spine long instead of rounded. Try and get comfy here. And we're just going to take some nice deep breaths in and out through the nose or mouth, your choice. Try to relax your jaw and the root of your tongue. Soften behind the eyes and the brows. If at some point you want to go a little deeper into the stretch, you're more than welcome to just scoot the bolster away from you, lean a little farther forward. You could turn it onto its side too. Bring your forehead onto your hands or that bolster. We've got lots of options when we're playing with props. So, play around with it, explore. See what feels good for you. Tuning into the breath. Giving yourself this opportunity today to just relax, to revitalize by going in, by slowing down, by breathing deeply. By making the choice to let go of the things that are no longer serving you. Maybe it's a way of thinking, a limiting belief. Maybe it's judgment or fear. Whatever it is that isn't serving your best self, you can let go of. Right now, making the choice to be present here. To let go of everything else. Bringing your focus, your awareness, continually back to the present moment. Being with what is. Finding acceptance here. However you've arrived is okay. However you feel is okay. Give yourself this permission to meet yourself right where you are. Taking several more breaths here. And on your next inhalation, lifting yourself all the way back up. And now we're going to turn the bolster, or your rolled up blanket works as well. Or you don't have to use a prop for this one too. I'm just going to turn it on the mat and then come on to the hands and the knees. I'm going to spread my blanket out because my knees get sore when I'm on the floor. So I'm going to spread this out. We're going to go into a supported child's pose. I'm going to take the knees as wide as the mat, or you could even go a little wider, bringing the big toes into touch. And then if you are using a prop, scooting it up so that it's just inside the knees there, so that you have enough room at the top, whether it's a blanket or a pillow, to lay one cheek down. Now, if you're not using a prop here, you can still lay one cheek down on the ground, but you can also go forehead to the ground. If you're using a prop, you're probably not going to want to go forehead to the ground. It's a little difficult to breathe. So get yourself comfortable with whatever you're using. Pick a cheek. And then we want to just relax into the shoulders here. Soften the elbows. Relax your forearms onto the floor. Let your eyes close. Soften the palms and the fingertips. Relax the back of your neck. Feel your chest against the bolster or the blanket or hovering over the floor. Feel the beat of your heart. Feel the length of your spine as you relax the hips back towards the heels, opening up the low back, opening up the hips. If you find that your knees are really sore here at all, you can always roll up a blanket and put it just tucked behind the knees. That can be really helpful to relieve some pressure. Do your best to get comfortable so that you can really soften into this posture. Child's pose is a comforting posture. You've probably all seen pictures or know somebody who as a baby slept in a position a lot like this. And the human body remembers that. The energetic body remembers that. So coming back to this place, we often find a lot of comfort and ease. Giving your central nervous system the opportunity to relax and reset, to restore. The longer that you stay here, the longer you'll sink in. But sometimes we don't think about certain areas of the body where we're holding tension or stress. So do yourself a favor, and every now and then, just check in with your trigger points. For me, I tense up my hands, my jaw, and my brow. Some people feel it in their shoulders, or in their back, or their forehead. Check in with those places, and then invite them to relax. It's okay to let go. Now, if you are on one cheek, you're going to switch to the opposite cheek. Finding balance here. Through the back of the neck. As we move into that left side, again, softening your shoulders, elbows, wrists, and hands. Feel your belly breathing in and out. and in and out. Slow and steady rhythm. Little by little, softening even more. Relaxing from your fingers to your toes and everywhere between. Taking just a few more deep breaths here. Maybe you'd like to take a few cooling breaths through the mouth. And then when you're ready, on an inhale, bringing your palms onto the floor and pressing yourself all the way back. And for our final posture, we're going to make our way onto our backs. You're going to want to use a bolster or a blanket here. I'm going to scoot my blanket out for this one. But if you do not have a bolster and you're using a blanket, I would recommend potentially folding it up like this. Instead of rolling it for this next one. You can try it both ways and see what feels good for you, but it might be a little bit uncomfortable if it's rolled. So you're going to just make your way all the way down onto your back. We're going to come into prepping up for bridge pose. So you're going to bring the soles of the feet down onto the floor. And they're about a hip width apart. And you're going to have your tool next to you. So if you've got your bolster, your blanket on one side or the other, grab a hold of the end of it. And then on an inhale, you're going to lift your hips up. And we're going to go into a supported bridge. So you're going to slide that prop underneath you. And you want it to be underneath your butt and your tailbone. And just the very low back. And just kind of get situated there. And again, play with that blanket. If it's not working one way, try it the other way. Arms can be down at your sides, resting on that prop, up overhead if you want, really wherever feels good for you. And then here, you've got two options. You can keep your feet planted on the floor, or you can take your legs out long, kind of arcing your body over the bolster. And then you can just relax the feet, relax the hips, and just really soften here. So choose which variation works best for you. If at some point your legs are long and you find that your low back is getting a little bit sore, just go ahead and bend into the knees again. We're just going to rest in this restorative bridge pose for a while here. So just get comfortable. Make adjustments along the way if needed. Close your eyes. Let's take a deep breath in and out through the mouth. Good, and now just breathing in and out through your nose. I want you to build a little bit more heat. As we're going to send the focus into the Manipura chakra, which is the Solar Plexus Chakra, located right here at below the sternum at the diaphragm. And the color of Manipura is yellow. And Manipura connects with the energy of the sun. And it represents the seat of strength, will, and power. And it's a really wonderful chakra to tap into when you are looking to revitalize yourself. I like to think of it as allowing the sun to fuel me. So as you lay here and you feel that expansion through the front of the body, breathe into that solar plexus. Breathe into Manipura. Visualize a golden yellow here. Beautiful and shiny, glittering in the sunlight. And as you breathe, that color yellow starts to just spread through your body, up and down and all around. Filling your entire body with this beautiful golden yellow. And this color brings an energy with it, an energy of strength, energy of the sun. That feeling like when you walk out your door for the first time in the morning and the air is still cool but the sun is shining on your face, and you take a deep breath of that fresh air. And it's a brand new day. Feel that entire feeling in your mind, in your body, in your energetic field. A sense of space, openness, but this feeling of confidence, this feeling of being empowered. Like you've tapped into your own will and strength. You fueled yourself from the inside out, and you're ready for whatever comes your way. You've given yourself this opportunity to relax, to breathe, to be and to be still. And through that, you've given yourself energy and life. You've fueled your fire. You've revitalized your body, your mind, your spirit. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. If your legs are long, gently bending into the knees and bringing the feet onto the floor. We're going to inhale and lift the hips up, scoop that prop out from underneath you and drop the hips down. Pull the knees into the chest for Apanasana and just gently rock from side to side, massaging the spine. You can lengthen the spine, pressing down through the tailbone and massage into the sacrum. And then close your eyes here, finding stillness, feeling yourself giving you a big hug. Thank yourself for taking this time today to slow down, to restore, and to revitalize. I'm going to leave you here today. If you have time for Shavasana, I would highly recommend to just extend your legs long. You could use that prop you have to go underneath your knees to remove some pressure on the low back and the knees here. And take 2, 3, 5, 10 minutes, whatever you have, to just relax and be for a little bit longer. Thank you for joining me on the mat today. I look forward to seeing you and practicing with you again in the future. Namaste.